to a new episode of the Football Plus F1 show. As today we're going to talk about this weekend's Premier League games and also games from other European leagues and also the Las Vegas Grand Prix. I didn't do a video yesterday because Saturday morning, night actually, because I felt something wrong. I was feeling a bit sick, but now I'm a bit better. So yeah. But now let's talk about the Premier League. Burnley against Chelsea. Chelsea winning 2-0. Goals from Pedro Neto and Enzo Fernandez. Chelsea created some chances. Burnley, I thought at times Burnley tried to play. They tried to create chances. But, with the firepower that Chelsea have, the clinical that they have, it was always going to go in one way, which was in Chelsea's favour. With the quality they have compared to Burnley, and Chelsea win. They go up to second, 6 points clear, 6 points behind Arsenal, and they play Arsenal next week. Could they be in a title race? I don't know, but I don't think so. Even if they are 6 points behind Arsenal, but I don't think so because they've got good players and a good manager, but they're not experienced as well. Which is sometimes you see them like drawing against Karabakh, for example, and you see them having lots of red cards this season. So, no, I don't think they get. And defensively, like I said, defensively and the goalkeeper, they're not good enough. So I think I don't think they're going to challenge for the title. But I think, despite some the problems they had this season with the red cards, the injuries, etc., they are second. So. Well done to Maresca and to his team. Despite some problems they've had, they're still, they're not that bad. So, yeah. Liverpool against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest beat Liverpool 3-0. Goals from Morello, Savona, and Gibbs White. I mean, what an absolute shambles from Liverpool's side. But let's talk about Nottingham Forest because. If you look at this game, if you look at the stats and say, oh, Liverpool had 20 shots. Oh, Liverpool had 75% possession. Liverpool must have dominated and Nottingham Forest got a smash and grab win. No, it wasn't smash and grab. Nottingham Forest completely deserved it. And yes, Nottingham Forest had 25% possession, but if you watch the game, it felt like Nottingham Forest were always in control. Always in control. Defensively, they were so strong. Going forward, it was very, very good. They could have even scored more. The 3 goals they scored was great goals and poor defending from Liverpool. Nottingham Forest were absolutely fantastic. They were superb, and that was a near perfection performance from Nottingham Forest in terms of suiting their game plan. Because defensively they were so strong. Going forward, they scored 3 goals and they could have scored more. Absolute fantastic performance. Sean Dyche got his tactics spot on, and. If you look, Nottingham Forest, they won at Anfield again, just like last year, not conceded again, just like last year. And people say that, when I was talking about Nottingham Forest, people say, oh, it's embarrassing that Liverpool lose to Nottingham Forest when Nottingham Forest 19th place position. No, it's not. I mean, Nottingham Forest are not the second worst team in the league. The reason they're in it is because they had early season a bit of a fallout between owner and Nuno. Then they brought in a wrong manager for their setup, who was what's his name, Ange Postecoglou, and now they bring in Sean Dyche, who's perfect, who's similar to Nuno, perfect for the players in terms of the setup and the style of football, and they win again. They've won against Leeds, and now they destroyed Liverpool. Absolutely fantastic performance. Defensively, like I said, it was like watching Nottingham Forest last season. Being defensively so strong and going forward, absolutely fantastic. So, and let's not forget, Nottingham Forest didn't even have Chris Wood, who was fantastic last season for Nottingham Forest. So, yeah, brilliant performance for Nottingham Forest, and Sean Dyche deserves a lot of credit. As for Liverpool, I mean, you signed this many players in the transfer window, and you regress like that. I mean, why Iketik is not starting? I don't care. Yeah, Isaac, yes, he's a quality player, but He's not had a great start to the season. He's not been good. Ekiteke's been better than him for many games now this season. He should play more. He should start more. Why is he starting Isa constantly instead of Ekitike? And also, you look at the players that have fallen off. Salah's fallen off compared to how good he was to last season. Van Dijk, Kanate, very poor performance from Kanate particularly. Kirker's not good. I mean, very poor from Liverpool's side. They were absolutely terrible. And Arne Slot, the pressure is rising. The pressure is rising for him in terms of results, in terms of the performances on what they want to go about this season. I'm not saying he's under pressure of losing his job, but he's under pressure for getting Liverpool performing and winning games. So, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough for a team like Liverpool, for a team that has won the Premier League last season, to regress like that and especially signing so many players. It's not good enough. So, and he spent this much amount of money. It's unacceptable. Bournemouth drew 2-2 with West Ham. Crystal Palace beat Wolves 2-0. Brighton beat Brentford 2-1. Fulham beat Sunderland 1-0. Newcastle United beat Manchester City 2-1. 2 goals from Harvey Barnes and a goal from Ruben Diaz. I felt like this was a game that both teams could have won. Both teams had chances. I mean, City had chances where they should have scored. I mean, particularly the first half, they had chances they should have scored. They should have put them to bed. However, there were some decisions in the game where I feel like it went against Manchester City unfairly. First one, the 2 penalties in the first half. The first one where you could talk about the handball, and the second one where Fabian Schär stabbed on Phil Foden's foot, and the referee or VAR didn't give it as a penalty. And then come the second half, where you see the second goal of Harvey Barnes, and I was pretty sure that was offside. Instead, they used the artificial where they draw the line in such a weird way. They used it in a way that they never used it before, where they made the pictures look like, oh, this was offside, where it was onside. Diaz made the Newcastle player look onside, whereas he was offside. It was offside. Harvey Barnes was offside, and like again, the referees in the Premier League are so consistent in being inconsistent. Like, listen, I'm not saying City were absolutely outstanding. Yes, some of the defensively they're not that good. They could have scored. They should have scored more. They should have stepped up a bit more. At the same time, you look at those decisions, and when you play at Newcastle away, you need a bit of luck. And Manchester City didn't have a lot of luck. But Newcastle, you have to give credit to Eddie Howe and to Newcastle, because they've had a difficult run of form in the Premier League. And you have to give credit to Eddie Howe because he got his tactics spot on. The players executed the game plan quite well. They pressed, and defensively they were quite strong. And they knew they were not going to dominate possession like City, because City are good in that. But they had to defend well, be in good shape. And also when they attacked, they attacked at the right time. They pressed at the right time. They got the tactics. Eddie Howe got his tactics spot on. And they, in my opinion, in general, they deserve to win. So well done to Newcastle. Huge win for them. Huge win for Eddie Howe. That's going to get them confidence ahead of the next games in the Premier League. For Manchester City, I'm not saying Manchester City, like I said, is a one-man team. But, because if you look at some players, they've got quality players like Phil Foden, Cherki, Doku, etc. Doku has stepped up for a couple of games this season in general. Foden stepped up for a couple of games, Cherki as well. But you need a bit more. Like, if you look at the goals that City have, it's almost all coming from Erling Haaland. You need a bit more. And yes, they've got quality players who can create, but you need a bit more. And I know Diaz scored, but he's a defender. You need a bit more from your other attackers other than Haaland. And they didn't step up, in my opinion. So, if City are going to win the Premier League, they're going to need attackers other than Haaland scoring goals and assisting. Because what if, let's say, Haaland gets an injury? What if Haaland is not in his best shape for a couple of games? What's going to happen? And Haaland didn't score in this game. He didn't score against Aston Villa, and they were both they lost both of those games. So City need more from the other attackers. They need more. As they will go 7 points behind Arsenal. Leeds United lost 2-1 to Aston Villa, and I say Arsenal because they beat Tottenham 4-1. It was a fantastic performance from Arsenal. I think they deserve to win. Absolutely destroyed Tottenham. You see that goal from Trossard, and you think like, yeah, that's it. Because before that, Arsenal were creating chances. They were putting Tottenham under pressure. Tottenham were doing nothing in the first half. The whole first half, they did absolutely nothing. They got battered. Trossard with the goal, the first goal, and then Ep46. Eze who, as Thomas Frank said, well, he should know Eze now, because what a performance from Eze. Absolutely, that was his best performance for Arsenal in an Arsenal shirt. And finally, it came against Tottenham, with a team that he nearly joined in the summer. But a hat-trick from his side, 3 goals, 3 good goals, by the way. I mean, Trossard with the goal as well, and I think he likes to score against Tottenham, because he scored against Tottenham last season. But great performance from Arsenal. I think that they might be upset because they didn't keep a clean sheet, but at the same time, Arsenal, great performance, fantastic performance. Especially coming out back off dropping points against Sunderland with the international break, seeing Manchester City lose, and you think like, okay, this is an opportunity for Arsenal to kick on and extend the lead. 6-7 points over Man City, 6 points over Chelsea, and they capitalised on that by winning comfortably against their local rivals Tottenham. So fantastic performance from Arsenal, and a very important win for Mikel Arteta. He should be happy with the performance. I thought like Declan Rice and Zubimendi were fantastic in my opinion. Defensively, Arsenal were quite strong as well. Timber had a very good game. So yeah, very good performance from Arsenal. And they win again. They go back to winning ways, and now they have 2 crucial games coming up as well. Bayern Munich at home and Chelsea away. So there will be more tougher games as well than they had this one, because let's be honest, Tottenham are not better than Bayern and Chelsea, but Arsenal could cope with it, no problem. So with the way they're playing right now, how defensively good they are. With the team, how well the team look, how well drilled they are, and how they're winning games. They can beat any team in the world right now. So yeah. And in terms of Tottenham, I mean, yeah, they got smashed. I mean, the first half they did absolutely nothing. They got pillared to pieces in the first half. Defensively, did nothing in attack. And the second half, they started to show a bit of fight early on with Richarlison, but then, yeah, it was back to reality after that with the 4th goal from Ep46. So, absolutely shambolic from Tottenham. So, yeah, but Eze, like, he's a quality player, and he showed why. I would love to see him start against Bayern Munich against Chelsea. Maybe not, because Mikel Arteta wants players like who are going to do the dirty job. Let's see. But I think he should start against Bayern Munich against Chelsea, because the quality that he showed in this game, amazing. And he's a quality player. Knowing that he scores goals, the creativity, absolutely fantastic from him, from Ep46. Quality player. So Arsenal go 7 points clear. Arsenal are the favourites to win the Premier League right now. But it's not over. Still a long way to go. But they are, with the way they're performing right now, they have a good chance of winning the Premier League. That's for sure. You could say that right now. You look at the other leagues. Real Madrid dropped points again. I mean, against Elche, and now Barcelona closing the gap on them. You've got the Milan derby that happened. AC Milan beat Inter Milan 1-0. Huge win for AC Milan and for Massimiliano Allegri. Napoli back to winning away against Atalanta. Roma top of the Serie A after beating Cremonese. So yeah. Now let's move on to Formula 1.